Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Shilpa Data Insights.
In this session, we will discuss the copy into method that is present in Snowflake. What is the syntax of copy into method? What are the required parameters? What are the optional parameters that copy into method provides? And what are the format type options that you can provide into copy into method with some examples. Apart from this, we will also discuss how to use the create file format option. So for that, we will be using the Snowflake and the SQL worksheet. So let's get started. First of all, I will go ahead and create a table called employee copy with the first name, last name, email, address, city, and date. So inside this employee copy table, I will be loading the data from the CSV file. So let's see what all CSV file we have it in our internal stage. So we have three CSV files right now in our internal stage that we will go ahead and load it into the employee copy table. So for that, first of all, I will be creating a file format with the name my CSV format, and the type of the file format is CSV, and there is a delimiter which is actually a separator in the CSV file. By default it is comma and we have kept it as it is, and I want to skip the header that is present in the CSV file, so I have mentioned the skip header equal to 1. So let me go ahead and execute this particular file format. It says it has successfully created. Let's see what our file formats we have now. It is only one file format that I have, that is created today with the demo and the schema as Spark demo. Okay. So it has also the format option. What is the type, record delimiter, field delimiter, all these things will be mentioned in the format option. Using this particular file format, I will go ahead and load the data into the employee copy table. So the syntax is something like this: copy into the table name from the location, that is my internal stage, what all files I want to load it into the copy table, and what is the format of the file. So here the format of the file, I have already created the format of the file as my CSV format. So this is the name that I have given here, if you see, right? So I will be using the same file format here, and I will be mentioning the file. Right now, I'm just going ahead and loading one particular file itself to this particular table. Okay. Before I load it into this employee copy, let me go ahead and truncate this table. Okay, so it's now truncated. If I see how many records are there, it should show 0 because we truncated the table. Now I will go ahead and load the data into this table. I will show you what this means. Let's first go ahead and execute this statement without this particular option. So I will go ahead and load the particular CSV file into employee copy. So now it says it is loaded. It has 4 rows that is parsed and loaded without any particular error. Okay, I will see how many rows are there in this table. It says 4 records are present. For example, I get this particular file again in my S3 bucket, let's say. Then I want to go ahead and reload this particular file. But if I reload it, the data will be duplicated, right? So I don't want the data to be duplicated. So if in case this file arrives again in the S3 bucket, then I don't want to reload this particular data. So Snowflake is quite intelligent to figure out whether that particular data is already loaded or not. So let's say I will be executing this copy into command again. It says load skipped because it recognized this particular file is already present and there was no change in this file using the checksum. So it has not loaded it again to avoid the duplicacy of it. But let's say I really want to load this particular data into my employee copy table and I don't bother about whether there will be a duplicate or not. So for that, I can mention the force equal to true. So let me reload this particular command now and show it. So now you see it has loaded the data and status is success, right? So if I do a select count, it should give me 8 records because earlier I had 4. Now again it loaded, so it has 8 records in it. So if I go to the query history and show it, then this is the select count star. Here I did a copy into, again it did a copy into, right? But now force is equal to true. Now once the force is equal to true, it has loaded the data again, and then it did the select count star. This one is failed because I made a semicolon before, right? So ignore this, but it actually copied the data into the table again when we mentioned the force equal to true. Now let me go ahead and truncate the table to show you how you can use a regex pattern in order to load the data into the employee copy table. So I will make some small modification again in this to show you some functionality of copying. I will be loading this particular data, the CSV file, into the table. There are total 3 CSV files. 2 CSV files, 01 and 02, are absolutely correct without any error. But this 02 error file has some error in it. So if it has some error in it, it will not load the data into the particular table. So let's go ahead and execute this particular statement and see. So this means I have used the regex pattern in order to go ahead and copy all the files that are present as .csv. So it says date, this is not recognized. So this is a particular error message that it has shown. And if it says, if you would like to continue loading without any error message, then either use the skip file or continue for the on error option. So Snowflake provides an on error option where you can either skip the file or you can continue it without any error message. So let me go ahead and skip that particular file and load the data into the employee copy table and save that. So you see the load has failed for this error because I want to skip that particular file, but the other two CSV file, it has loaded successfully. We want to load all the CSV files with that regex pattern. Now, let me go ahead and get the count out of it. It has total 8 records now. So in this session, we actually saw how to go ahead and create a table, how to create a file format, how to go ahead and copy the data into the table from that particular file, CSV file, and how exactly to handle the error message if there is any error or bad records in that particular CSV file. I will come up with more such videos on Snowflake and PySpark. If you like my video, then hit the thumbs up and share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.
Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you have a good day.